Hello and welcome, my name is Thomas, and in this video I'm going to show you how to keep super secure files with just about any cloud service using your Mac. Okay, so cloud services are great because they make our lives so much easier, particularly if you're working with a team or if you're working with a number of devices. So by cloud services, I mean things like Google Drive or Dropbox or iCloud or iCloud Files, as it's also known. These are great because if you put a file in your Dropbox, for example, if we were to use Dropbox as our example, you know that that's going to sync to all the other devices. If you put that in a folder in your Dropbox, it's going to sync to your phone and to your tablet and to all the other devices. While this is super great for convenience, there always comes up that one concern that pretty much all of us share, which is security. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of these companies take extra measures to ensure that your data is safe, but at the end of the day, if your data is going from your computer to a third-party server, which is what is going to be happening for any of these syncing services, there is always going to be the chance that your files can be intercepted. So one of the things that you can do to actually help prevent this is to create something called a disk image. Now this does apply specifically to a Mac, so if you are using a Windows computer, I'm sorry, this isn't going to work for you. However, if you use a Mac, you'll be in luck. Okay, so whether or not you actually go through the steps I'm about to show you will depend largely upon how much you are actually worried about the security of the specific file. So what I'm going to show you isn't something that I personally use for all of my files. If I did, it would be a super hassle. Instead, what I do is I only use this technique for files that are super secure. So let's say that you have maybe an Excel spreadsheet or a numbers spreadsheet full of passwords that maybe you're archiving, or sensitive client information, or sensitive business information, or any information that you would deem sensitive, and you want an extra layer of security with those files. The great thing about what I'm about to show you is that even if somebody were to intercept this container or file holding all of your sensitive information in it, they wouldn't be able to, at least not without great extra lengths, to actually crack into the to the file itself, wouldn't actually be able to get access to the files inside. So I know that might sound a little bit confusing and nebulous. However, it'll make more sense as we dive in and take a look at this technique. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is open up an app called Disk Utility, and this is going to come with every single app, and it's essentially going to show all of the drives on your computer. Now, it's outside of the screen right now, but you're just going to want to go to File and then New Blank Image. So File, New Blank Image, it's going to be in the top left-hand corner, and then we're just going to want to give this a name. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to call mine Rightly TV, but if you want to say sensitive documents or private information, you can do that. And I'm just going to save it right here on my desktop for now. So this is just the name of the file itself. So now we actually have to create what is the drive. So what we're actually going to be creating here is essentially a fake drive or hard drive, something that will actually appear on your Mac as though it were a drive. So you know, when you plug in a USB keychain or something like that, it's going to pop up as a drive. Or you plug in an external hard drive, it shows up as a drive. What we're creating is essentially a disk image that has its own settings inherent, and one of those is encryption, which is what's going to keep it super safe. So let's take a look at how this actually works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give it the same name, so Rightly TV. I'm going to go ahead and keep it at 100 megabytes. What you have to keep in mind here is that you are actually creating a virtual hard drive, so to speak. So you have to give it a limit. You can kind of think of it this way. Think as if you're going to go out to the store and buy yourself an external hard drive, right? Let's say you're going to buy 500 gigabytes or a terabyte hard drive. You're limited by the amount of space that you're buying in that hard drive. This is the exact same way. So you have to give it a limit. You're making a virtual hard drive, so to speak. So you need to tell it how big you want it to be. And then also keep in mind that that's the size it's going to be on your computer. So if you type in 1,000 megabytes right here, just realize that it's going to take up 1,000 megabytes of space on your computer, regardless of how much you put into this virtual drive. Okay, so I'm only going to be keeping like documents and numbers documents and Word documents in here, so I don't need a lot of space. If you were going to be putting in like videos and media files, you'd probably want to up this to like 1,000. However, I'm just going to keep mine at 100 megabytes. I changed this to APFS because it seems to be a little bit faster than the Mac OS Extended Journaled, but some Macs don't actually recognize this, so you'll want to make sure that you pick one that's going to work best across all of your Mac devices. Then here's kind of the important part, and we want to do encryption. So 128 encryption is going to be kind of standard. If you want to make this even harder to crack and speed isn't really a big deal for you, you can go ahead and do a 256-bit, which is going to be a higher level of encryption. And then it's going to pop up a nice little box up here where we're going to type in a password. So make sure you write this down, because if you lose this password, all the files inside are going to be forever lost. So I have typed in a password. We're going to keep this at single partition. And then for the image format, we're going to keep that at read and write, because we're going to be putting files in here and out of here. So we want to make sure that we keep it at read and write. Then I'm going to go ahead and click save. And we'll see here that it has successfully created that disk image. You'll see in this left-hand corner that it's now mounted as though it were a hard drive. So we'll click done. Go ahead and move this over. And here it is. This is the actual file, so to speak, that launches the disk image. So if I were to open up my Finder, you'll see here on the left-hand side right here, I've got this Rightly TV disk image that I created. So what I can do is eject that just as I would a hard drive. And then this is the file that contains everything. So if I wanted to open this quote unquote drive, I double click, type in my password. And then what you do is you check over here in your left-hand sidebar, and there it is. So now let's say I have this super secret CSV file. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and copy that over to this drive. And so now that CSV file is in there, and I can go ahead and I can open that. I can do any of the things I usually would working on any other place on my computer. Of course, I can copy it to other places, but it's inside this drive. And so when I'm done working on that CSV file, I just eject this drive, and it's now stored within this disk image. This disk image is, again, encrypted. So if this gets synced over to other devices or computers, or over to the cloud service that I'm currently sharing this with, then they're going to have to break that extra level of encryption, even if they get this file, unless they know the password or have some extremely sophisticated software that can crack the password. Your files inside are safe. So I'm personally using iCloud Drive, or their iCloud files. I've actually paid for extra file storage. And so as you can see, I've got one of these .dmg disk images right here. And this is where I keep all of my sensitive information. So in the same way, all I would have to do is just drag this over, and you can see that this is going to be synced via iCloud, and it's going to go to all my other devices. So then let's say I open this same folder window, or the same folder open on another Mac. All I would have to do is double click on that, type in my password one more time. Then as you can see, it shows up here in the left-hand corner, and there is that CSV file, nice, safe, and secure. So a couple of the things that you'll probably want to keep in mind if you're going to be using this technique is that because this is a disk image, these are not, the files inside can't be accessed unless it is mounted as a disk. And the only way you can do that right now, at least to my knowledge, is going to be on a Mac. So you're not going to be able to access the files inside if you're using like your phone or your iPad or another device. You're going to have to make sure that you're actually on your Mac, whether that's going to be your desktop or your laptop, whatever it is. It just has to be running the actual Mac OS in order to be able to mount and access the files inside. So that's it. I just wanted to share that really quick tip for you. If you're going to be storing something like passwords or sensitive client or customer information, I'd highly recommend that you do something like this, because you can never be too safe and secure, particularly with data and information that you're trusting to a third party. The more you can take security into your own hands, the more likely you're going to be that it's going to remain safe. So if you found this useful, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hey, so I get asked all the time how I make my videos, so I decided to put together for you a free 1-hour training, which I'm calling the 7 Pillars of Effective Video. Again, this is totally free, so click the box in the top right-hand corner of this video. You can also head on over to rightly.tv/training. Again, this is totally free. Head on over to rightly.tv/training.